Hi everyone, Fabi here. I'm just back from an interval run, and as you can see, I'm in all my red-faced and sweaty glory. And this is another video from my patio. Today, I really want to delve into the topic of identity and labels. I'll do that first by sharing an interesting experience that I had this morning, but then mostly by sharing all of the insight that came up in the hours that followed. A little over a month ago, I attended the Radiance Retreat in Venice Beach, California, which is a gathering of about 50 women discussing fitness, mindset, and business. At the end of the retreat, the last exercise that we took on was to write on little index cards what it was about the other women that had impacted us the most. So the cards circled around. It was a very beautiful exercise to do. I received mine. I was extremely touched. And then, I put it in my things and eventually went home. This morning, when I was picking up around the house, I actually found the card and took the time to read it again. And then something interesting struck me, as it sometimes does when you look at things after having a bit more critical distance. Of all the comments that I received, there was sort of a common denominator, and it was that people said that I was expressive, passionate, and warm. I had to do sort of a double take, like, are they talking about me? These are three adjectives that I would have never stuck to myself. I had always seen myself as someone who was reserved and quiet. So of course, I started digging. So if a group of insightful women could agree to use those descriptors for me, and I still perceive myself as being someone who's very detached, what was going on? So I decided to go back in time a little bit, and it brought me actually back to college. I remember that around that time, I had been called an ice princess. I'd actually literally been called a cold-hearted snake, which seems a little absurd to me right now. I didn't think then that, those labels fit me, but thinking back, I realized that when someone gives you a label that you disagree with, there can be two ways to react. You can either really reject it and choose to move away from it, sometimes so much so that it actually brings you out of your integrity, or sometimes, kind of out of spite, you can decide to take it on and just make it your own. You want to call me cold? I will show you what cold is. Obviously, it's probably not the thing that serves you the most, but it still happens time and time again. Sometimes we hold on to certain identities even though they no longer serve us. It may be in certain cases just out of comfort, like a pair of old socks or old pajamas, we're afraid to throw them away. And I think that other times we just simply forget to look at them, to give them a good look and to evaluate if they still have their place in our life. I think that in this case, even though I had spent a lot of time looking at all the different labels that I had, that one was forgotten, and so it's stuck on. I realize now that even though I still see myself as someone who is quiet and analytical, there's nothing wrong with that, but it also doesn't preclude me from being passionate or expressive. Time passes, and we change, and we grow. I know for myself, it pretty much boils down to this. Whose opinion am I gonna put more stock in? Great women with whom I have deep, meaningful exchanges, or a group of people that I haven't seen in 20 years? I think the question answers itself pretty easily. So now I'm turning the tables. I would like you to maybe examine some of your labels. Are there ones that you believe are worth revisiting? Think about it and let me know in the comments. Until next time.